All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Lethal Library. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Dani.
And today we're back to tell you another true crime tale out of Idaho. Dani, what do you got for us?
Yeah. Small time to big time. In today's story, we have an exotic dancer,
Ooh.
lots of drugs, lots of paranoia, and more than one prison escape.
Sounds very juicy.
The last time anyone heard from Stan Trineer was October 13th, 1989. There was a lot of talk about the 44-year-old's disappearance among family and friends in the Boise, Idaho area. But it took until January 1990 before his estranged wife, Dani Trineer, reported him missing to the police.
Wowie wow. So,
You're going to pick up on why that is.
okay.
A little shady lifestyle, maybe?
Oh, he's just off doing cracktivities.
Yes, ma'am. On February 1st, 1990, Stan's partially decomposed frozen body was located in Boise County, Idaho.
Yikes.
Authorities had to use snowmobiles to get to the body that was located only a quarter mile into the Boise County area. So, and this is going to play a big deal because, money, money, money. But literally a quarter mile into the county line, his body was dumped.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? Stan had been shot. Ada County Sheriff Captain Roy Holloway said, quote, "We don't know what the motive is. A clear-cut one hasn't been offered yet." Donna has reportedly given several names to the authorities.
Like potential suspects?
Yes.
Lots of
She's-
enemies?
It's like this guy. Wait, that same guy, that same guy.
Okay.
Who would want Stan dead? Stan had only been out of prison for 4 months when he was murdered. He was in prison for burglary of 3 cars in 1986. And police had him under surveillance at the time.
Oh.
I'm just saying, look, I find it kind of weird that the police are following him.
Yeah. Why is he under surveillance? Like a car burglar.
Right.
Was he like,
Is that big time?
maybe he was connected to some big time drug dealers or something? They're like, he's going to take us to the kingpin.
They didn't wait for that.
No, they didn't.
But you broke into 3 cars. Let's go.
You're done.
According to authorities, Stan had a really bad rap sheet.
Ruh-roh.
Judge Schwartzman sent Stan to prison for up to 5 years due to his long list of prior felonies in Oregon.
They're like, you're just doing too much.
Yeah, you're not getting it. He wasn't getting it. In 1974, he was sentenced to 10 years for robbery in Oregon and was paroled after only 4 years in 78. But his arrests date back to 1962 at the age of 14. And beginning at age 18, Stan's records show theft, narcotic, and robbery convictions.
Living on the edge, apparently. The lifestyle.
His wife, Donna, asked Judge Schwartzman 2 years earlier to release him from prison because hitmen were closing in on him. But but the judge refused.
When one of the safest places he could be would be jail?
You would think.
Okay.
She has accused an Oregon-based criminal enterprise linked to more than 50 robberies and major heroin trafficking in the early 1980s. So she's like, there are people after him.
Yikes. Very scary.
Well, there was a kingpin, Stephen Kessler, and several associates that had been sent to prison in the early 80s. Stan was a witness in Kessler's 1982 trial.
That's not good.
Federal prosecutor Turner said, quote, I remember when Stan got off the stand. He and Kessler exchanged nods and a few words. I don't know what they said. Turner said he was contacted by Donna a couple years ago, and she was concerned that Stan had been approached by Kessler operatives inside the Idaho prison.
So he's got the homeboys in there doing his bidding.
Prosecutor Turner wrote a letter to the 4th District Judge, Alan Schwartzman, stating the wife's concerns were not overstated.
Oh, okay.
Quote, the system is full of Kessler people. I wrote and explained the danger that incarceration represented for him. His life was in jeopardy.
So a serious threat this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he made it through it.
I wonder what they said to each other. Because when you say nods and words...
It was probably like, you're fucking dead.
You know you're dead? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For boss.
So all of that went down. But I mean, he did get out. He had been out of jail for 4 months when this all went down. But I would say that based on not only his wife,
The prosecutor, too.
but the prosecutor from Oregon was like, yeah, dude,
Credible threat.
it is a very fucking credible threat. He somehow made it through that. That'd be fucking scary.
Yeah.
It would be so scary to be in jail and know that people want to kill you because you don't have options.
No.
You can't, I mean, you can weaponize yourself, I guess, but I mean, then, and I feel like all of the convictions that Stan, they were petty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
He's not out there battering people.
or
like
murdering
crazy.
people,
Yeah.
or he's robbing out of cars and selling drugs.
Likes to steal things. A little klepto.
They're pretty much legal now in Oregon to do all this shit. So they found his body February 1st.
Mm-hmm.
On April 2nd, Donna, 45, dies of natural causes.
Wow.
And I just found that just so sad because I know that they were estranged, but she loved him still. She was concerned about him.
She was looking out
She
for
was
him.
the one, and I think that that's part of the reason why it took a minute for her to report. I was like, all right, we're not together.
Mm-hmm.
But in her obit, it does say that she is the wife. Like,
Really?
she was preceded in death by her husband. So I do think they cared, just had differences. And from what I gathered, she died of cancer
Oh, that's terrible.
when she was young,
Yeah.
45. I mean, on June 4th, 1990, Steve Paul Priest, age 26, was arrested in connection with the murder of Stan Trineer. Priest is officially charged with first-degree murder. Authorities didn't have to search hard for Priest. He was in the Idaho State Prison on a parole violation.
Oh, there he is. While you're here,
Exactly.
you know, we've been wanting to ask you. You don't have anywhere to go, anywhere to be, right?
Can we talk to you about something?
Quick chat.
Can you? Oh, well, I'll bring that up in a little bit. So who is Priest?
Yeah, who is Steve Priest?
We have a list of crimes for this guy, too. He was convicted for first-degree burglary for writing a check on a closed account. You can't get away with that shit now, by the way. While serving time for this offense, in May of 1985, Priest escaped from the Idaho State Prison.
These damn escapes in the 70s and 80s.
So easy.
Yeah.
He and another inmate, Paul Erickson, stole a prison van to escape.
Taking that thing hot rodding.
Who left the keys in the fucking van, bro?
Yeah.
Who does that?
I don't know.
And who thinks they're going to get away with it? So he is going for check fraud, and now he just escaped from prison. I mean, that's essentially that's what's happening
Yeah,
here.
he's Tokyo drifting that van right the hell.
Well, he Tokyo drifted all the way to New Orleans.
They same van, or did they pick a different vehicle?
He's like, I'm out.
This thing's roomy. This is nice.
Just put a little mattress back in here.
Well, they do leave the gas card in there as well.
Priest is on the run for 21 months before he was finally located
Damn.
in New Orleans on November
That's a
13th, 87.
long stretch.
But he got arrested on a minor charge there, and then they found out. It's like, you fucking idiot. You just escaped prison, and then you keep doing
Profile.
I don't know what the minor charge was. I couldn't find it. I looked, but
You know, you're like, oh, you're that guy.
Priest is a small. I went to New Orleans and looked up in the newspaper.com, and nobody gave a shit.
They're like, yeah, that's the least.
He probably was selling some pot on the
Yeah.
corner or something stupid. In June of 1990, Priest has a preliminary trial on the charge of first-degree murder. A woman that was living with Priest, Snow Collette, testified.
Is she a stripper? It sounds very strippish.
It sounds strippish and druggish.
Yeah.
She testified that Priest had told her he was going to commit the murder because Trineer had been stealing, dealing drugs, and setting up himself. She also said that Priest and Trineer had worked together doing drug deals. Weird. Snow stated Priest said he had done it and proved it with a package of cigarettes that appeared to be blood-stained. They were the same brand that Trineer smoked. Snow said, quote, he said, it's blood as proof I killed Stan.
And he took the pack of cigarettes. He's like, oh, you know,
Those aren't going to do you no good.
yeah, I'll take those.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Snow seems to know a lot, but never went to the authorities. Why? Snow is a small-time drug dealer herself and moonlights as an exotic dancer.
Called it.
Nailed it.
And you know what? She's a working woman. She's like, I have business to do.
I can't be dealing with no missing people and cops, and
Yeah.
you tell me you killed somebody and I can't find him, but fuck that. I'm not even gonna go.
It's a male-dominated industry, okay? She was doing what she had to do.
Exactly. She sold 8 balls several times to an undercover cop.
Well, many times.
Several. When she was arrested, the authorities learned of her connection with Priest. Snow was offered a reduction in the drug charge to testify against him.
She said, hell yeah.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to repeat a lot of her testimony. I feel the practice was there because she was young. And when I start quoting her later on, you're going to be like, that sounds so rehearsed. It does sound very... So, you let me know what you think.
Okay.
Also testifying in the preliminary hearing is a friend of Priest, Kimball Johnson. He said Priest took him to Stan's body while they were out gathering wood in the fall.
Ew.
Ew, David.
Ew, David. Well, and who's like, hey, man, want to hang out today? Yeah. We'll go get some firewood. Want to see a dead body? Stop.
I'll
No.
stand by me.
Yeah, I don't.
Kimball said, quote, he said, come down here. From a distance, I saw a body lying on the ground. It looked like Stan. That was my first thought because of the tattoos.
Oh.
Dude, I've been so fucking scared. I feel bad for this guy. You know, they're probably doing drugs. Like, let's go get some firewood. He's like, cool, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, wait, no, I didn't sign up for dead bodies.
Yeah, I was here for the cocaine, bro. I'll help you get some firewood for some cocaine. I didn't think I was going to have to look at a dead body.
Kimball said he felt the blood drain from his face and he started climbing up the slope. He's like, what the fuck? Quote, Steve was behind me, calling for me to slow down, calm down. No, sir.
Oh,
I'm not
that
doing
would
any
be
of those
terrible.
things.
And especially when someone shows you that and then tells you to calm down, you're like, calm down? The fuck?
The fuck? Quote, he was laughing about it.
Also eerie.
He enjoyed it.
Man, stand-up guy.
Kimball said he feared for his life on the ride back to Boise. Fair, sir.
A little shaking in your boots there.
Yeah. Yeah. He said he was too afraid to call the authorities. Well, it's because of drugs.
Frankly. Yeah, and we've got this Kingpin Kessler that's like, is this a buddy of his? Like, getting in a little too deep. He was just there for the cocaine, saw a dead body.
He was there for the cocaine and firewood.
Yeah.
And probably a little snow.
Yeah, a little bit of snow. I see what you did there.
But he was too afraid to call the authorities, but was relieved when the police came to question him about it. And Kimball was the one that guided the authorities to the body on snowmobiles because it was February.
So I get to ride a snowmobile? Okay. That makes it a little cooler.
Priest pleads, of course, not guilty, and the trial is set for July of next year. In July 1991, Priest wants a new attorney. This is only 2 weeks before his trial. We're going to go a different direction.
Yikes.
Boss, I want to go a different direction. But 4th District Judge Gerald Schroeder said, nope.
Yeah, the time for that has passed.
He said there is insufficient grounds for Priest to drop his attorney. This doesn't cause a delay in the trial, but several motions from the defense does. It is pushed out to September. And we have to talk about the cost for this a little bit.
Okay.
The cost for the trial is draining this small Boise County.
Just so everyone knows, contrary to popular belief, Boise, the capital, the city, is not in Boise County. Boise is in Ada County. So Boise County is a very small, populated county.
They only have 3,000 residents at the time.
Yikes. Yeah.
So these $1 million trials are killing it.
Yeah, they're not excited about that.
No, they're just like, can you just give them the death penalty and be done with it?
Do not murder in my town.
I do feel like if they could do like a vote, they'd be like, we're going to vote on if he's guilty or not. And he's guilty and we're not having a trial.
Yeah. He was a quarter mile on our boundary line. Can we just redraw the line?
Yeah.
Let him have it. Neighboring county. You guys
I
can
wonder
have
if they
that
could
land.
do that, actually. That's brilliant. I'm like, can we just cut this little the subtle chunk out of this mountain?
Yeah.
Ada County can have this. We're done.
Free land for you.
For the small price of $1 million.
Come on, guys.
Because it was where he was found was 10 miles away from Boise, which is quarter mile in a Boise County. That would fucking piss me off. If I was a county official,
you guys rolling
could you
down the hill or
could you find a steeper fucking hill, please?
that sucks.
You know that there was that talk.
Like, come on, guys.
There's going to be no raises for anybody in the county for like 5 years because they decided to drive an extra 500 fucking feet. Really?
It is, yeah. Man.
Was that really it? Is it 500
Probably a
feet?
little bit more, isn't it? A mile, like 2,400 feet.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're going to have to fact check.
Google. Because I just feel like we should know this. How many feet in a quarter mile? 1,300 feet.
Oh.
1,320 feet. Yeah, a mile is like...
Was I thinking yards? Why is the fucking system so stupid? Why are we not on the other one?
I think a mile...
I'm thinking of a ton being like 2,000 pounds,
Yeah.
I think.
No, a mile is like... Okay, let's just... It's 1,320 times 4. It's like 5,000 steps. I
Yeah,
think.
5,200 feet. That sounds better.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not even going to Google that. We'll just roll with
I
it.
think that sounds right.
1,300 feet.
Yeah. Come on.
That's like from here to the end of the subdivision.
You couldn't give him a little
He kind of
nudge?
drove a little less. Anyway,
They
so-
got fucked, essentially.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
It really is. And there's other cases going on right now. And so it was like a big deal. And I'm going to talk about one of them later.
Okay.
It's on my last. So they're just getting hammered with these attorney fees and all the drama. And Priest is very busy and he wants to be educated.
Oh.
No, he does some shit in prison. So the trial begins on September 9th. In opening statements, Deputy Attorney Michael Caine said, quote, "He did it, and we're going to prove it." Caine told the jury that the backdrop of the case is a dark mix of illicit drugs and ex-felons.
Very exciting.
Quote, "You may not like some of these people." I think he was talking about Snow. And there's another guy in here. Hang on. "If you saw them on the street, you might cross it to avoid them." He also explained how Stan and Priest had met while they were in prison together. And Priest later hired Stan to act as a bodyguard for Snow.
Wow.
Boise County Public Defender Robert Chastain declined to present an opening statement. He reserved that option for the start of the defense case. A la Lori Vallow,
Right.
right? I don't get that. It's not very common.
No.
Most of the time you see, here's the prosecution, here's the defense.
To answer to it. It's your
But they-
opportunity.
But the defense can wait until the prosecution's done. A little strategery. Is that a word?
It's our word.
Thank you. Matthew Taylor, a client of Stan's, testified. I don't know what to call him. A customer, a client.
Yeah. Because I'm like, wow, this is very sophisticated.
He says Stan was supplying him speed, and that is how he met Priest. Priest was fond of a .38 caliber Derringer that Matthew owned. Matthew stated he sold Priest the gun only a week before the murder of Stan. And it was like, he said it's like $50 a week. I don't know what the total amount was, but like it was on payment plans.
Having a nice little steady drug supply payment plan.
Yeah. And probably after all of this went down, he's like, you own it. Like, I don't even know this gun anymore. Yep. He testified that Priest told him Stan was stealing from the people Priest worked for. Okay. You ready to hear from our girl Snow?
Yes, I am, because she seems to know some things.
Snow is on the stand. She said she had known Stan and his family for a long time and that he looked out for her. After she was assaulted while doing an exotic dance gig, Stan introduced her to Priest. That hit me hard because we know what that means.
Yeah.
Without deets. Wasn't related to drugs, but
Yeah.
Priest was to be her bodyguard in return for a place to stay, food, and the use of her car.
That's quite a lot. Gotta live with you?
Drugs. Snow said Priest was very intelligent in white-collar crimes, ways of killing people, and how to carry and place bugging devices. Drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Quote, Priest told me the secret of robbing or killing someone was to watch the person's patterns.
He will get a lot of bravado on the cocaine and the meth and overstate their abilities. So I could totally see someone being like, I'm kind of the best at murder things.
Snow said she got confused and didn't know who to believe at times, who could be trusted, Stan or Priest. There was lots of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, Priest told me people were after me, and I soon stayed hiding in my house.
Well, that's very convenient for a bodyguard to say because you want to stay employed, right? You got to create that.
Oh, yeah. On the day Stan died, Priest told her, today is the day I'm going to kill Stan. Just saying it. Just announcing it. Snow said Priest believes Stan to be responsible for a drug bust of one of Priest's friends' home. This is all paranoia, drug-fueled bullshit. Quote, Priest told me the officers came into the house and went directly to the coat that Stan had left there moments earlier and found the drugs in Stan's coat pocket.
Yeah, not sounding super credible to me.
Paranoia, drugs. Priest told me he had told Trineer that he had some information about the bus and he was going to set Trineer up to get rid of him. Snow said that Priest told Trineer that they were going to cut some trees.
Yeah, so the firewood, situation.
It worked out for him several times. Like, let's go get some wood. I just saw a spot up here.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to be in that spot.
On the morning of the murder, Priest left the house mid-morning and didn't return until the afternoon. Snow said, quote, when Priest returned to my house, we decided to get something to eat. He was hungry.
Long day.
We had to stop at the car wash and wash all the traces of dirt from the car. When we arrived at King's table for dinner, Priest pulled out a pack of Camel filters that had what appeared to me be dry blood on the opening of the package of the cigarettes. Priest said, here's proof that I killed Stan.
These are very strange statements.
Do you see like that I feel like it's very rehearsed.
It's very dry. It's not how people talk.
That was all quotes.
Yeah.
Snow also testified when she asked for her set of car keys, Priest said they were in Stan's pocket and asked her if she'd like to go with him to get them.
Ew, no.
I said no.
Pass.
Priest continued by saying people died differently. Stan cried and begged for his life.
Well, that's awful.
Kimball Johnson is on the stand again. He told of how Priest took him up to the woods to give firewood and showed him the body. On the drive back, Kimball said, quote, Priest was laughing about it and said Stan didn't die an honorable death and that I would get over it in a few days. He said, that is what happens to people who mess with the wrong people. He told me that I wasn't going to tell the police because he had an inside helper at the police department. Priest was around me all the time after that. I couldn't get rid of him.
That's terrifying. Can you imagine the drive back to and someone like just laughing casually and you're like, ha 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 ha.
What the fuck is the big deal? Oh, I murdered somebody? Shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah. And I mean, that was his speed deal. Like, drugs.
Oh, yeah. People are willing to put up with a whole lot.
Like, I don't want to bother you, Mr. Drug Dealer, but could you not show me dead bodies? Thank you. You're killing all my fun. I'm coming down. You're ruining my high.
I don't want to go on any more field trips. I can just come to your house and...
Yeah. Better yet, you can just drop it off. DoorDash.
DoorDash style.
A la DoorDash.
Good delivery.
Lift up the mat. There's the money. Just put it right there.
Yeah.
The defense said the prosecution failed to prove their case. Attorney Chastain said, quote, the prosecutor's key date of October 13th is misleading. There has been testimony that Trineer was spoken to as late as October 18th. The FBI couldn't tie the bullet to anything, and that maybes are not good enough.
I don't know. In my opinion, I'm like, does it really matter what exact day?
I'm just saying that if somebody shows me a dead body,
And if I'm high on a lot of meth, maybe I don't even remember the date right, okay? They kind of run into each other.
can't remember if I was picking myself to death, if I was scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush or killing people on that date.
I'm a very busy drug user.
Priest did not testify in his defense.
Bummer.
No shit. After 3 hours of deliberation, the jury convicted Priest of first-degree murder.
Quickie.
On October 4th, less than 6 weeks before his sentencing, Priest dismissed his public defenders, Robert Chastain and Jeffrey Wilson. Priest claimed his attorneys were not adequately prepared for the trial and that their tactics were doing nothing. They said, quote, that less was best.
And I mean,
Can't disagree. Shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Chastain said that Priest was not cooperating with counsel, which doesn't surprise me.
No. He's kind of a know-it-all anyway. I'm surprised he didn't want to represent himself.
You know what, though? I'd give him a little credit. He's smart enough to know, Lori, you do not represent yourself.
Right. Well, there's a saying, right? He who represents himself has a fool for a client.
Yeah, that's it. In June 1993, Priest is finally sentenced. So I want to take I have never seen this. Months and months and months. In June 1993, Priest has his sentencing hearing. There is 3 possible sentences for the judge to consider. Life with the possibility of parole, life without the possibility of parole, and the death penalty. And the prosecutors are like, yep, let's fuck this fucker up. Let's go. They want the death penalty.
Okay.
Several people testified in Priest's behalf. Jenny Mumbauer, Priest's fiance, testified that she lived with him for 3.5 months before his arrest, and they plan on getting married.
3.5 months. Wow. Very deep connection.
Super deep. She said that Priest helped her overcome her low self-esteem and served as a good father figure to her daughter while on drugs.
Yeah, I don't buy any of that.
Quote, he's been trying really hard to do things the right way. Have you, sir?
I don't think so.
Mumbauer also said that Priest hopes to practice law after he is released and that he has became a certified paralegal while serving time in prison on a parole violation. And he did.
Good for you, bud. Maybe you should have just represented yourself. I wonder if he's still thinking back, gosh, if I only would have. Let me at him.
A prison guard, Randy Anderson, said Priest was a role model for other inmates. He said Priest was respected among inmates because he helped them with legal issues. Because he was paralegal. A certified.
He found something else to do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not hustling drugs. I'm going to hustle legal advice.
Yeah.
I bet you got so much shit for that. Like, you want me to write this up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need your commissary for the next 6 weeks. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get your family to put some money on my books? All right.
See what I can do.
So, this is June 1993. All this is going on. And my research, I was like, what the fuck happened? Looking. Nothing until March 25th, 1994. This is not how this works.
Yeah.
It's not how this works. You don't go to a sentencing hearing and have it drag on for 9 fucking months.
Yeah, I wonder what the hell.
It was weird. I'm like, wait. And I immediately, like, the story's going to go nowhere. I'm like searching and there's nothing. It does go somewhere. But 9 months later, on March 25th, 1994, 3 inmates escaped from the Canyon County Jail.
Ooh.
Priest Daniel Alvarez Cortez and Michael Allen Jahula, he's on my list, escaped from their cells around 10 p.m. Cannon County Jail? Yeah. Priest has not been sentenced yet. This just blew my mind. Priest is at the county jail for his March 28th sentencing. 9 months. A series of defense motions has delayed the sentencing hearing that originally started in June of 1993.
Well, and since he's a paralegal, he probably knows everything to do to jam up the system.
I totally feel that. Can you imagine 9 months after your conviction? We see 6 weeks, 8 weeks, even 3 months with all their jostling and getting pre-sentencing, hearing, it's psychological, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No. 9 months.
You don't hear that.
No.
But he sounds like he was plotting and scheming.
A scam. So the group entered Jala's cell before evening lockdown, and then they knocked a hole through the ceiling.
What?
They pried up a metal ceiling tile with a piece of metal taken from a folding table. They made their way off the main jail roof and jumped down onto the roof of the workout center. Jahula and Cortez were located in minutes. Officers finally located Priest 2 hours later, sitting in a pipe on the roof.
They didn't get too far.
They called the fire department was out. It was a fucking mess.
Could you imagine the excitement from the other inmates, though? Like, what an exciting happening.
There were several incidents. I should do a whole episode on just how many people escaped or attempted to escape. I think it was like 7 people.
God damn.
In a very short amount of time, because the Canyon County Jail was only 14 months old. Get a better fucking architect, an engineer, and it has been plagued with problems, i.e., prisoner breaks. Sheriff George Nurse said, "Quote: Certainly, we need some work done on the ceiling.
Yeah, I would say so.
We paid someone to work on things, but it wasn't enough."
No, is this thing made out of cardboard or what? Great investment, Canyon County. Winning.
So these metal ceiling panels are riveted in. Sheriff Nurse said he's looking into having them welded.
Oh, you think?
Finally, on March 28th, 1994, Priest is sentenced to life without the possibility of parole.
Well, there you go.
Couple prison breaks.
Yeah, to have 2, that's pretty extraordinary.
Anybody got a van with some keys in it?
Well, and to be delaying it so far so that he doesn't go to a different, because he probably went to a different prison for his life, right? Life sentence or whatever.
Yeah, the Idaho.
So he's like, yeah, this place is built out of bullshit. I need to have some more time to plot my scheme. He got 21 months out of prison last time.
Yeah.
And so he's probably had some time to do a little bit better planning.
And I do believe, like Snow said, that he is very smart. I mean, he's being it's like, who was that? Like the motorcycle mayhem one. He could have been a politician.
Yeah.
This guy could have been something.
But you had to be a weirdo and be killing people and showing other people the body.
And doing drugs. Drugs.
And then you get in prison where you can apply yourself and look at you.
Look what you can do when you're not on drugs.
Some people thrive in prison. They need that structure. Should have went into the military.
His mama probably should have structured him.
Yeah. Structure him up right good.
Mm-hmm. So, in 2025, Stephen Priest is 61 and in custody at the Idaho State Correctional Center.
I wonder if he's still selling his paralegal.
Oh, damn straight. Yeah. Actually, I read an article, and I couldn't find backup to it, so I didn't report it, that he'd become a licensed attorney in 2 states. Shit. But I couldn't find any backup.
Sounds like he's got nothing but time, and he's already done other things, so I would...
And I imagine that if he can write up briefs for these people as a paralegal and like submit, he's living the high life.
Yeah. He has any flavor of ramen he wants.
Any flavor. And he probably has some tapatio or
Oh,
some.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. He's getting down. He might even have like fucking sodas. I know he has the JPay player.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody bought that for him for sure. No, he's living the high life. I almost feel like it's Shawshank.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So he's, like we said, he's now
He's the
dealing his legal advice. So,
He has an office set up in the library.
gosh, what a different path you could have had on the outside if you
Yeah.
weren't dumb and did all these fucking drugs.
Drugs are bad. Drugs.
Yeah, kids, don't do drugs. Well, thank you, Dani. This was a good one.
I appreciated the 2 escapes by one guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Rare, but apparently not unheard of.
And Snow.
Snow was fun.
Snow
Yeah.
was fun. She was in her 20s, just doing her
And
thing.
she probably knew all the deeds, being a dancer. She probably
Oh,
knew
yeah.
people.
She absolutely. But she's like, I know the D's, but I don't want to get involved. Oh, wait. I have to get involved because I sold 8 balls.
A couple times I sold 8 balls to an officer. I was new.
Just learning.
Well, guys, thank you for listening. Again, follow us TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We're available just about anywhere to listen. And send us an email if you have questions, comments, concerns, or just want to say something. It's thelethalibrary@gmail.com.
And I'm always looking for ideas
Yes.
or inside. If you know any of these cases, please. We like it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Well, Dani, 10-4 rubber ducky.
Fuck yeah.